Hello student. Today I will explain you holding company related theory. Okay, मतलब theory related holding company because हमने holding company के problems भी देखे हैं और उसका introduction पहले मैंने दिया था कि what is the holding company, what is the subsidiary company and how to calculate this type of problems. Okay, but today I will explain you short notes. For example, holding company, subsidiary company, then cost of control, minority interest, revaluation of assets and liabilities. ऐसे छोटे छोटे जो भी क्या बोलते हैं शॉर्ट नोट है वो मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करूँगी. ओके और इसके बाद पूरे 4 चैप्टर जो 4 चैप्टर्स है उनका एक साथ में ऑब्जेक्टिव आपको देने वाली हूँ. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट देखते हैं होल्डिंग कंपनी. एज पर क्लॉज 46 ऑफ सेक्शन 2 ऑफ द कंपनी एक्ट 2013. जो पुराना कंपनी एक्ट था वो 1956 था, बट न्यू कंपनी एक्ट इज़ 2013. और वो जो 2013 कंपनी एक्ट है उसमें क्लॉज 46 सेक्शन 2 में होल्डिंग कंपनी की डेफिनेशन दी है. उसके बाद सेक्शन 2 सब सेक्शन 87 में सब्सिडरी कंपनी की डेफिनेशन हमें मिलती है. देन सेक्शन 19 जो है कंपनी एक्ट में उसमें हमें कंपनी रिलेटेड शेयर्स की इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है. अगर इन केस एग्ज़ाम में आपको शेड्यूल सब सेक्शन पता नहीं है, मतलब कंफ्यूज हो रहे, तो आपने अगर राइट डाउन नहीं किया सेक्शन सब सेक्शन तो भी चलेगा. लेकिन अगर आपने डेफिनेशन करेक्ट मेंशन की है लेकिन आपका क्लॉज और सेक्शन सब सेक्शन गलत है तो वो डेफिनेशन भी आपको गलत ही मतलब आपकी डेफिनेशन गलत समझते हैं चेकर और आपको उसके मार्क्स नहीं मिलते हैं. ठीक है, इसलिए डेफिनेशन राइट एग्ज़ाम में लिखो. अगर आपको याद है प्रॉपरली याद है उसका सेक्शन सब सेक्शन तो आप लिख सकते हो, अदरवाइज़ नहीं लिखा तो भी चलता है. अगर आपने सेक्शन नहीं लिखा इसके वजह से आपके मार्क्स नहीं जाते, लेकिन गलत लिखा तो मार्क्स जा सकते हैं. ठीक है, होल्डिंग कंपनी in relation to one or more other companies means a company of which such companies are subsidiary companies. It may be defined as one which has one or more subsidiary companies and enjoy control over them legally. A holding company and its subsidiaries are separate entities. However, in substance, holding and subsidiary companies work as a group. Accordingly, users of holding company accounts need financial information of subsidiaries to understand the performance and financial position of the holding company. Okay, then subsidiary companies means according to section 2 subsection 87 of the Companies Act 2013, subsidiary company or subsidiary in relation to any other company means a company in which the holding company controls the composition of the board of directors or exercise or controls more than one half of the total share capital either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiary companies, provided that such class or classes of holding companies as may be prescribed shall not have layers of subsidiaries beyond such members as may be prescribed. Okay, then कॉस्ट ऑफ कंट्रोल मीन्स गुडविल और मीन्स कैपिटल रिजर्व. गुडविल को ही हम कैपिटल रिजर्व बोलते हैं यहाँ पे और कॉस्ट ऑफ कंट्रोल भी बोलते हैं. तो व्हाट इज़ द गुडविल और कॉस्ट ऑफ कंट्रोल? द होल्डिंग कंपनी एक्वायर्स मोर देन 50% ऑफ द शेयर्स of the subsidiary company. Such shares may be acquired at the market price. This may be at a premium or at discount. This amount is reflected in the balance sheet of holding company of the assets side as investment in the share of subsidiary company. This is the price paid or share in net assets of subsidiary company. As on date of its acquisition, net assets of the subsidiary company consist of share capital, accumulated profits and a reserve after adjustment, accumulated losses as on the date of acquisition. If the amount paid by the holding company for the share of subsidiary company is more than its proportionate share in the net assets of the subsidiary company as on the date of acquisition, the difference in considered as goodwill. If there is excess of proportionate share in net assets of subsidiary company instead of shares acquired and cost of share acquired by holding company, there will be capital reserve in favor of holding company. If goodwill already exists in the balance sheet of holding company or both the goodwill thus calculated will be added up to the existing goodwill. Capital reserve will be deducted from goodwill. Okay. In short, the net amount resulting from goodwill and capital reserve will be shown in the consolidated balance sheet. हमने देखा था कि कैलकुलेट कैसे करते हैं गुडविल. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गुडविल जो है बैलेंस शीट में होल्डिंग कंपनी का वो लेते हैं, उसमें सब्सिडरी कंपनी का गुडविल ऐड करते हैं, देन परचेस प्राइस ऑफ शेयर एक्वायर्ड बाय होल्डिंग कंपनी जो होते हैं उसका अमाउंट ऐड होता है, देन फेस वैल्यू शेयर एक्वायर्ड बाय होल्डिंग कंपनी लेस करते हैं, उसके बाद कैपिटल प्रॉफिट होल्डिंग कंपनी का है तो वो लेस होता है, अगर डिविडेंड रिसीव्ड बाय होल्डिंग कंपनी फॉर्म होता है तो लेस होता है, और उसके बाद जो द कैपिटल प्रॉफिट ऑफ सब्सिडरी कंपनी उसमें से लेस करते हैं, और कैपिटल प्रॉफिट ऑफ सब्सिडरी कंपनी भी लेस करते हैं, और जो रिमेनिंग अमाउंट रहती है उसे गुडविल बोलते हैं. ओके. हमने ये लिया था कि एक्चुअल कैसे गुडविल कैलकुलेट होता है, तो ये थ्योरी में जो भी दिया है इससे अच्छा आपको याद रहेगा जो आप खुद सॉल्व करते हो प्रॉब्लम. ओके, वो मेथड अच्छे से याद रहती है. देन माइनॉरिटी इंटरेस्ट. Minority interest, the claim of outside shareholders in the subsidiary company, has to be assessed and shown as liability in the consolidated balance sheet. Minority interest in the net asset of the company is nothing but the proportionate share of aggregation of share capital, reserve, surplus, fund, etc. Proportionate share of all assets should be deducted from the minority interest. Thus, minority interest is the share of outsider in outsider. The first one is share in share capital in subsidiary, share reserve, then share in accumulated losses should be deducted, then proportionate share of profit or loss on revaluation of assets, then preference share capital subsidiary company held by outsider and dividend due on such a share capital if there are profit. Okay. Means minority interest means outsider interest. Okay, it is treated as a liability and show in consolidated balance sheet as a current liability. Okay, this amount is basically in strict value of shares held by minority. Okay, और माइनॉरिटी इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करना बहुत इजी है. उसमें क्या होता है, फेस वैल्यू ऑफ शेयर्स अदर देन हेल्ड बाय होल्डिंग कंपनी मतलब सब्सिडरी कंपनी, उसमें ऐड होता है माइनॉरिटी शेयर कैपिटल प्रॉफिट एंड माइनॉरिटी शेयर रिजर्व रेवेन्यू प्रॉफिट. ओके, इसके बाद आता है कैपिटल प्रॉफिट और रेवेन्यू प्रॉफिट. मैंने इसका डिफरेंस भी आपको एक्सप्लेन किया था कि व्हाट इज़ द कैपिटल प्रॉफिट और व्हाट इज़ द रेवेन्यू प्रॉफिट. ओके, The holding company may acquire the shares in this subsidiary company either on the balance sheet date or any date earlier than balance sheet date. All the profit earned by the subsidiary company till the date of acquisition of share by holding company have to be taken as a capital profits for the holding company. Then such a lose their individual entity and consider capital profit in case the holding company acquired share on a date other than balance sheet date of subsidiary. The profit of subsidiary company will have to be appropriate or between capital profit and revenue profit. Profit from the point of view of the holding company, thus any profit earned by subsidiary company before the date of acquisition is the capital profit. With any profit earned by subsidiary company after the date of acquisition is revenue profit. While preparing a consolidated balance sheet, share reserve should be merged with the balance in the reserve and surplus of the holding company. Okay. इसके बाद जो मेन पॉइंट आता है मतलब होल्डिंग का ही एक पार्ट है वो है म्यूचुअल ओइंग या इंटर कंपनी ट्रांजैक्शन हम जिसे बोलते हैं, वो भी बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. The holding company and the subsidiary company may have number of intercompany transaction in any one or more the following matter means following points. First one is loan advanced by the holding company to the subsidiary company or vice versa. Then bill of exchange drawn by holding company or subsidiary company or vice versa. Next point is sale or purchase of goods on credit by holding company from subsidiary company or vice versa. Then debenture issued by one company may be held by the other. Okay. ऑल द अबव जो हम अभी मैंने बताया वो इंटर कंपनी ट्रांजेक्शन्स हैव टू बी एलिमिनेटेड व्हाइल preparing the consolidated balance sheet. This can be done by deducting intercompany transaction from the respective items on both sides of the balance sheet. Okay. Then unrealized profit. Unrealized profit means arise in those cases where the companies of the same group have sold goods to each other and at the profit and goods still remain unsold at the end of the year company to whom the goods are sold. While preparing the consolidated balance sheet, unrealized profit has to be eliminated from the consolidated balance sheet in the following points or in the following manner. First one is unrealized profit should be deducted from the current revenue profit of the holding company. Then the same should be deducted from the stock of the company consolidated balance sheet. Minority shareholders will not be affected in any way due to unrealized profit. Okay. Then contingent liabilities. Accounting Standard 29 define contingent liability. Contingent liability means a possible obligation that arises from past event and whose existence will be confirmed only by occurrence or non-occurrence of one or more uncertain future events, not wholly within the control of entity or a present obligation that arise from the past event but not recognized or provided. Such a contingent liability may be of two types. First one is external contingency or internal contingent liability. Internal contingent liability relates in respect of transactions between holding and subsidiary company, and it will not be shown as footnote in the consolidated balance sheet as they appear as actual liability in the consolidated balance sheet. Okay. Then a revaluation of assets and liabilities. The holding company may decide to revalue the assets and liabilities of the subsidiary company on the date of acquisition of share in the subsidiary company. Any profit or loss on such a revaluation is a capital profit or loss. Profit on revaluation of assets of the subsidiary company, whether before or after date of acquisition of shares by the holding company, the same must be shared by the holding company and the minority shares holders in in proportion to their respective holding. And the minority share holders share should be added to the minority interest, but the holding company share should be treated as capital profit and considered in cost of control. Further readjustment for depreciation of on increase in the value of assets should be made in the profit and loss account in the subsidiary company, and same should be deducted from the revenue profits of the subsidiary company. Okay. इसके बाद और पॉइंट है जो हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर डिस्कस करेंगे.